This week, on the Sunday ride, I'm leaving the mountains behind and start my long ride over the American plains while pushing my limits in a 100 mile a day challenge for 7 days straight. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Welcome to the Mile High City, welcome to Denver. First things first, I turned 30 years old yesterday. I celebrated it here in the city, got myself a fresh short haircut. It was about time, and hopefully it makes me look a little bit younger as well. Anyways, it is time for a new week on the bike, a long week going further east in the direction of Chicago, and going east from Denver means it's flat as a pancake. And therefore I thought it would be the perfect time to challenge myself to ride 7 days straight, 100 miles a day, which comes down to 160 kilometers per day. It's gonna be tough, it's gonna be a challenge, a lot of endurance is needed, so wish me luck. I have done about 150 kilometers, which means that I almost made it to the first 100 miles on day one. The only problem is that the sun is setting as we speak because I got caught up in a couple of pretty heavy rain and thunderstorms, and I had to deal with pretty heavy headwind. So it is what it is. So I'm finishing this ride right now and then gonna look for a camp spot. Maybe somewhere along the river. Let's see. Alright, that is another 100 miles done, and it became a race against the clock again, because again I had to battle some headwinds, and I'm really hoping that tomorrow things are changing, because this is too exhausting and I don't think I can last 7 days 100 miles per day with headwinds. That's not gonna work, so hoping for tailwinds tomorrow. My prayers have been heard, because today there were no headwinds, fortunately, even some slight tailwinds, ever so slightly, but hey, as long as there are no headwinds, I'm already happy. Much easier like this, and therefore I arrived before sunset even, so that's pretty good. I'm in Nebraska now, the 7th state I think, and let's hope it brings me a lot of tailwinds for the rest of the week. Day 4, pretty much done. Not good. Headwinds again, yay. All day, yay. Saddle sore is becoming a real issue. Chafing in the inner thighs is becoming an even bigger issue. This is starting to become very, very brutal. Hang in there. So at the end of a very rainy and soggy day, the sun decides to show up. You're a bit late for the party, mate, but thanks for trying anyways. It was very rainy. I got completely drenched to the bone this morning. It was so rainy I couldn't film much, but fortunately you didn't miss much either. Only, what was it again? Oh right, cornfields. Anyways, it brings us to the city of Lincoln. And because I'm in a city, finding a camp spot is gonna be pretty much impossible. So I booked a cheap hotel for tonight, also to charge up and clean up. I can use a shower and some good rest, because tomorrow the hills are gonna start. Good morning, it is day 6 and I should start the day with a little bit of explanation, because yesterday right before reaching the hotel my gear cable snapped, and right now my rear derailleur is stuck in the highest gear, and from here onwards it's gonna get very hilly, so I absolutely need the lower gears. So I have to get that fixed first. I'm gonna look for a bike shop who hopefully can do it today as soon as possible. Probably reaching 100 miles afterwards before sunset is gonna be nearly impossible, but let's see about that. Hopefully I can get back on the road and continue the ride today. Let's see. Okay, I'm back on the road. It took a little longer than expected, unfortunately, because the old gear cable got completely jammed up inside the lever. So it was very difficult to get the old one out. But the mechanics did a great job and they got it replaced. So I'm able to shift again and get back on the road. I don't have very long anymore today. It's already past noon. So I'm probably not gonna make the 100 miles. Definitely not before sunset, but let's see how far I can get today. So the sun just set and I'm still biking here on the hilly roads of Iowa. I made some pretty decent progress today. I'm still not there yet. I still have about 20 miles, 30 kilometers to go. And call me stubborn, but I'm not gonna quit the challenge for that. So it's gonna be an hour of riding in the dark, and then I'm sure we can make it to 100 miles on day 6 as well. Good morning on this last day of this 7-day 100-mile challenge. Finally 6 days done, one more to go. Hang in there, almost there. We're gonna get it. One final long and dreadful day over the hills of Iowa brings us to the 7th and final 100 miles of this week. Boy, this was a really brutal challenge. It brought me a lot of farm fields, a lot of cornfields, a lot of straight roads, a lot of headwinds, a lot of American flags on the way, but also a lot of perseverance. And that brings us to this moment. Challenge complete. Done. Check. Never again. Maybe. See you next week. Next week, I'm continuing my ride to the east over the hills of Iowa and Illinois. Political statements are becoming more and more visible, and while riding to Chicago, I cross the iconic Mississippi River. But that's it for this week, and I'll see you in the next one. Hi there, thank you for watching this video up until the end, and did you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe down there or click on my face right there. It really helps me a lot, so thank you. I would also like to remind you that I am making this trip in order to raise money to build a school in Africa. For more information or donations, click on the school right next to my face. And while you're at it, don't forget to follow me on social media as well. Links down in the description below. See you next week.